This is Michael. I'm 33 years old. I'm based out of Richmond, Virginia, and this is Financial Audit.
What do you do for a living in Richmond?
I am a door-to-door salesman for a solar company.
Solar company. You're the second person we've actually had on the show doing that. That's interesting.
I think I watched that
super one. Super sunny in Virginia?
It's actually, Virginia is one of the best markets in the country for solar.
I'm sure a salesman would say that.
Yeah. Well, and I mean, it's the incentives are very good.
Is it all commission?
Yeah.
Is there any base?
Nope. 100%.
Okay. 100% commission.
Mm-hmm.
So I think I see on here, we got a spreadsheet.
Yep.
It's labeled money, but I see 2023 income.
Mm-hmm.
It looks like, this is for the first 4 months of the year. 2,163 came in January. Such a full income, and then February only 630.
Yep.
And then 3,220. Good, it's going up, and 3,125. So kind of leveling out.
Right.
Is that it? Is that actually the income?
So
like total bringing in?
Well, I actually started working for this company in February.
Oh.
So this was if you know sales, you get your pipeline rolling.
Yeah.
So that was where I was living off basically the rest of my savings, and then it just started ticking up every single week, every single month. This past month in May, I made about 9,000.
Oh, very good. 9,000 in May.
Yes.
Okay. Now, do you see that trend continuing, leveling, falling? Optimistically, obviously, you want it to grow, but realistically, where are we looking at?
I would say realistically, we could probably, if I'm being like totally honest and realistic, I'm probably, if I was to settle out, it would probably be somewhere around 7,000 to 10,000.
Okay.
But optimistically, we can go a lot higher than that.
Yeah, sure, optimistically, but I also want to be realistic where you think.
Sure.
Where you think we're going to be just over six figures.
Yep.
Which would be awesome. How much do you get if you make a sale of just a standard solar sale for roofs? What are you bringing home from that sale?
$400 per sale.
How are that many people buying? Okay.
So I get paid if they see the presentation. And
okay.
Right.
So, what do you get paid if they see the presentation?
$175, and then if it sells, I get an extra $225. So I'm looking at $400 per sale, but probably if I get 8 to 10 people to do that, I have about $1,000.
No offense to these people, but who in the world first answers their door to salesmen and two actually lets them do a presentation?
It happens all the time.
Why? Who are they? Are they like? Well, I don't want to like.
Who are the people that are buying, or who are the people that are selling?
Okay, I'm buying. I'm envisioning very old people.
No.
Who just want to have a conversation. No.
Actually, older folks are generally a little bit tougher. Yeah. So solar, they don't really care. They don't have a need
that's
for
fair.
it.
But who's talking to salesmen at a door that comes up?
A lot of people are.
Okay.
Yeah, I talk to about
that blows my mind.
20 to 30 people a day. Probably.
Well, good for you.
I should be doing more. Good. I should be doing more.
Okay. Well, how many hours is that typically a day?
This is the thing. So when I started out, I was probably doing about 4 to 6 hours a day. But this past month, and which is really what generated like a lot of money for me, I started working 10-hour days.
It's a lot of walking.
Yeah, probably like
good for you, though.
5-6 miles a day, something like that.
That's very good. Yeah. Okay, well, good. I'm glad that income started to go up.
Mm-hmm.
Tell me about your financial situation, and then give yourself a score, 0 out of 10.
Overall, it's definitely improved in the last month or 2 months, but I would probably say it's about a one, maybe 2.
Okay. What were you doing before February?
So I worked, this is my second year doing door-to-door sales. I worked for another solar company last year. I made pretty good money.
Yeah.
Decent. About $45K. Nothing crazy, right?
Okay, yeah.
But that was my first year doing it. And then last year was a little chaotic for me. So I went, I want
to take a brief moment to thank today's sponsor, Opal. Let's talk about a game changer in the world of webcams. It's the Opal camera, and while this has been a bit of a secret among tech executives, it's finally making its way into the mainstream. With Opal, you're essentially able to upgrade your video quality to a DSLR level without breaking the bank. And once you experience the exceptional visual quality, it's hard to go back to those weird-looking, grainy webcams or even built-in laptop cameras. From auto face centering to graphical overlays, it takes your video calls and content creation to a whole new level. And I mean, just from looking at this design, you can tell it's completely sleek, no big logos or flashy colors, just pure simplicity. But let's talk about what really matters, the image quality. It captures detail and color even in low light levels. The build quality and specs of the Opal is mind-blowing, seeing how it stands in contrast to the rest of the available webcams out there. Opal has the fastest lens ever on a webcam, as the lens on it is 7.8 millimeters shooting at an f/1.8, and they're also using a Sony 4K sensor. Just imagine a webcam giving you the DSLR convenience. It's like having a professional camera in the palm of your hand. Experience the difference it can make and take your online experience to new heights with Opal. So head to opalcamera.com, and if you end up ordering one, make sure you let them know you came from me. And you can also use the link in the description below. Thanks.
I did this thing where I started a business for basically online marketing. So I did that for a little bit, and then I sold roofs in Florida for 3 months.
Did you all over the place?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
so right now I'm kind of recovering and settling and focusing on one.
So no significant other, no kids, is what I'm guessing. Okay, I was going to say, because going all around,
exactly.
I feel like
Yeah, you
can't
even do that. Yep.
Okay, that's interesting. Why did you start that online marketing company? Because there's definitely none of those to compete with.
Well, so I thought I had when I was knocking doors last year for a different solar company, I was only doing it for 4 hours a day. So I was like, okay, well, I'm making pretty good money, enough to live. I should fill the rest of my time and day with another business. So I decided I'm going to do that, and then it just didn't end up working because I focused way too much on one thing and not the other.
If you're going to focus on something, you should focus on hitting that subscribe button, because we are ridiculously close to 500,000 subscribers. Thank you to everyone who has so far. Sorry, go ahead, continue.
It's all right. I think I was about done there.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So why? What was why did we get into debt? When did you get into debt? And we're about to go through that debt, but why and when?
I mean, I've been in debt since I was probably 18 years old. But coming out of debt and then getting back in debt, probably I would say the reason, not an excuse, but the reason that I'm in debt is because I never really made a lot of money. And I would probably spend too much, live above my means. So I'd start to pick up just random debt here and there and then pay it off. And I mean, I would say this last couple months, just because the situation kind of got to the point where I'm going to completely run out of money.
A couple months ago?
Yeah. In December, January, I was thinking I'm going to run out. So I just was like, okay, well, so how do I solve this? How do I fix this? And it was you have to get out of debt, all of it. And you have to just start making a ton of money. So, it just kind of, I hit my breaking point. I'm like, all right, I'm done with this. I'm not doing this again. So that's when that was about the time that I reached out to you, because your channel was starting to come up around that time. Well, I mean, a little bit.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
That, so
well, that makes sense. All right. So let's break down this debt. Let's see where things stand today. And, we'll go from there in terms of putting your picture together and stuff like that. So I'm Special Financing Company LLC. Very creative name for them. What is this? You owe $4,000.
Yeah. So that was the personal loan I took out to start the business.
Oh, you took out a loan to start the business that failed.
Yep.
So, okay, you had absolutely no money going into this business when you started it? Mm-hmm. How much money did you put into this thing?
Probably about $1,000. About $1,000, and then I'm just paying this off, and that lasted for about.
No. How much money, including what you borrowed, did you put into it? Like what did it cost to get up and running? Like what did you do? Because I mean, there's a balance of $4,000 here, so it wasn't $1,000. So unless it was that you're subsidizing your living.
Basically, you get access to a platform, right? And then you can start your business from there.
With who? What platform? What?
It's like a. I don't know. I don't want to say that.
Like, are you talking about like Squarespace type thing or?
No, it wasn't Squarespace. I think it was called.
They're a business of which you start a business.
It's
under
not
them
Squarespace.
Type thing,
it's not
though?
Squarespace.
No. But like, it's a business, and you started like a sub business under them or something.
Yeah. Something like that. Yeah. So I know, right? Kind of like maybe multi-level. Oh hopefully not, but maybe. Well,
did you have like control over what the business was, or was it like, hey, sign up and you're your own marketing agency?
Basically, yeah. Yes.
So you joined a pyramid scheme. And
Probably, yes.
And you took out a personal loan in order to do that. Okay, but again, back to my question: $1,000. I mean, or what was the total that you did to get into this thing?
I don't even remember now. It was last July.
I thought you were going to say it was like 5 years ago, so I forgot. This was last July. It hasn't even been a full year yet, and you don't remember the thousands of dollars?
Honestly, I don't remember it.
Well, the interest or finance charge that they have for this, I mean, of the $320 minimum monthly payment, $240 goes to principal, $80 goes to the finance charge. Mm-hmm. So, yeah.
It's not a killer, but it's not good. I mean, it's
definitely not
good. It's a $300 minimum payment per month. So,
yeah.
It's down to about it's down to about $3,000 now.
Okay.
So, just since.
Okay, so when did that fail? When did you just call it?
So probably about 2 months. I was like, dude, I'm done with this because I just had to I had to focus. It was a dumb decision. So
we took out thousands of dollars.
Yeah,
of debt,
it's not good.
And we gave up in 2 months. And I mean, it wasn't a business we'd get into in general, but whatever. So you owe taxes.
Yep.
Now this makes sense knowing your occupation before. So interesting. I don't know if this was for last year, but last year did you only declare $14,351 at income gross?
Last year? I think it was based. I think it was about 33,000.
33
that I declared.
Just gross income.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, because I can't click around on here. It's just a screenshot, so I don't know what.
Yeah.
But have you paid the taxes?
No, I haven't. So
why? You made $9,000 last month. Why did you not cut a check for $1,342? IRS is not someone we f with.
Yep.
But it was accepted, so you filed it. But why? Why have you not cut a check for this?
Because I owed my roommate about $1,000. I owed my parents $2,000. Oh. So they come first before the IRS, and then the IRS.
I don't know about that, to be honest, but
I got to keep my house in order.
I know, but the IRS, man.
I hear you. It's coming up soon.
Yeah, when's it coming up? What's the date?
No. So I filed the extension. I have until September 30th to pay that.
But it makes okay.
Yes.
First of all, why'd you owe your parents money? Why'd you owe your roommate money?
Because I only made $630. Yeah, that's why.
Okay, so
I've paid my roommate back. I have to pay my parents back.
Oh, geez, what is this? ALNet. So I recognize that. That's student loans.
Oh yeah.
All day, isn't it?
Oh yeah. That's the bane of my existence right there.
Oh, did you get a degree?
Yeah.
What was your degree in?
Biology.
From?
Old Dominion University.
And you're not even using it?
Nope.
Yeah, sounds about right. So $50,000. It's probably going to range from 3 to 5%. I'm assuming. Typically, the federal student loans.
I think it's capped at 6.
3 to 6%.
Yeah.
4 to 6%.
I think it's about 4%, 4.5. There's a bunch of loans in there.
Yeah, there are,
of course.
And you can't see what the interest rates are because it's under deferment. However, at the end of August, beginning of August, some point in August, you're going to start paying these, and you're going to have a minimum monthly payment of probably $550.
Mm-hmm.
Call it $550. That's going to suck. And it's probably it's going to range from 4 to 6% interest depending on the loan.
I think the due date on that is October, but
things are changing. Wait until the Supreme Court things.
Yeah, right. I'm not hopeful that that's going to get forgiven, of course.
I wouldn't be. And then, so, okay, I'm looking at a thing of your debts at the time. The parents, they're paid off though, right? $2,000?
Parents are not paid off. The roommate's paid off.
$9,000 or what was it? $9,000 is a lot of money. Where did it all go, dude? Where did it all go? You couldn't cut a check for $2,000 to pay off the parents fully. What's owed to the parents?
$2,000.
Still?
Yes.
What was it?
It was just expenses to get me rolling.
But it wasn't more than $2,000.
No.
I thought you said you paid them back, which is why you did not pay the IRS.
No, I paid my roommate back.
Okay, so is that Travis?
Yes.
Okay, so that's gone. Mark that off our list. IRS still exists. Verizon, you owe $1,321 to?
Yeah.
But is that
financed.
your contract for the finance phone, or is that like back pay?
Yes.
Oh, thank you.
Yes.
Okay.
There's no back pay or collections with that. I financed an iPad and an iPhone.
Special financing, is that what's due today, or is it actually $3,000?
That's $3,000.
Okay, so an additional $450 has been knocked off.
Mm-hmm.
Credit card, I don't have a. Oh
yeah,
wait, yes, I do.
You do. Yeah.
I do. And then student loans.
Yep.
The budget is in here, so we're gonna save that for later. Jeez. So here's the credit card. This is what confuses me, and this confuses me every single time. And you've probably seen me bring it up in episodes, and I really don't get it.
Yeah.
Okay, you already know what I'm going to say, so I'm not going to freak out about it, but why? Why in the possible world are we still spending money on a credit card of which we are losing $100 of interest, of which we are trying to pay off, of which we still owe our family the IRS, and all these other things? If we have all these other things, why are we spending money on a credit card? I do not understand when we're losing interest.
Not doing it anymore. I've cut them up.
Good lad. When did you change that? Because it's not like this wasn't recent.
That was just last month.
I know. So why? What made you change? What was it?
Well, I started making more money, and I'm like, okay, well, like this needs to go. I already knew like I wanted to pay off all the credit cards, all the credit card debt. So that's when I just like, I'm done with this. I don't need it anymore.
Balance is $6,662.78, $164 minimum monthly payment. Interest rate of 18%, and you've lost at the time of this statement $400 in interest this year, which means that at this point you've probably lost like $500, $550, something like that. So lovely.
Yep.
And it's an 18% interest. And you went. What is this? DSW Broad Street Plaza that you spent $68 out.
Oh. Discount shoes or something. I bought shoes.
Glad we're going into debt for that. I'm sure you have shoes, right?
I do now.
You did not before then? You did not have shoes? You didn't have a single pair of shoes? Yeah.
And I'm not. No.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Now, on a checking account, we started with $1,000, we ended with basically $1,000. An extra $100 is in there. We put $3,600 into savings, but we took out $2,600, leaving us with $1,000 in there. What's the point of putting money in savings if we're just taking it out?
I think at the time of this I was trying to save as much as I could, and then things just. You know, I had to take them out. I had to take it out and put it back into checking. I think I just transferred it over to the checking account.
Oh, but, okay.
So I did Dave Ramsey's little $1,000.
Oh, is that what it is?
Yep.
I don't know if that's going to be enough for you, but we'll see. Okay. Also, throughout here, we see things that typically I'd like be okay because it's 7-Eleven or Walmart or like Wawa and all this other stuff. But no, because they're $1, $2, $3 purchases. I know you're not just putting a $1, $2, $3 into gas.
No.
So what do we have in here? We have taquitos, and we have an Apple Bill, and taquitos, and taquitos, and taquitos, and taquitos, and taquitos, and Chipotle, and taquitos, and taquitos, and taquitos. Why are you stopping and spending all this money, which adds up, by the way, at these other places when we owe our parents in the IRS debt? Why are we doing that? And yes, you spent $26.50 at Dave Ramsey. What did you buy?
Did I?
Ago. How do you not know?
That was.
He wouldn't be happy with that.
No, he wouldn't. No, that was tax. I think it was tax advice.
But you already had TurboTax. You paid for his version of TurboTax. So you paid for two TurboTaxes?
I don't even remember that. Honestly, I don't even remember that.
Well, we also have Verizon, so you're paying that thing, the finance thing, and your phone bill, of which, by the way, I mean, if we're trying to get out of debt, don't do that. Use like Mint Mobile or something. That's better. You can sign up for that in my description because I partner with them, because people who are trying to get out of debt or save money should use a cheaper service.
Yeah.
Verizon's very expensive.
That's on the list.
It's on the list. Yeah. Okay. And taquitos and taquitos and taquitos and taquitos and taquitos and Starbucks and Chick-fil-A and taquitos and taquitos and Chipotle and some HEAXS ticket. Oh, ticket insurance. You bought ticket insurance for something.
Oh, I went to a concert. Yeah.
Ticket insurance I don't find ever to really be worth it, to be honest. And then Chipotle and Access.com.
I have no idea what that is.
Dude, buddy, you can't be doing that. It's $150 gone. You can't not be knowing.
No, I know. I don't know.
I'm hoping it's utilities, but there's nothing to indicate that it is.
No, it's not that.
Okay. And it's taquitos, and taquitos, and Starbucks, and taquitos, and taquitos. ATM withdrawal of $100, so we have no idea where that went, and taquitos, and Apple Bill, and Chipotle. ATM fee, and another ATM withdrawal, of which we don't know where that went, and taquitos, and taquitos, and taquitos, and taquitos, and Chick-fil-A, and gas station taquitos, and gas station taquitos, and taquitos, and taquitos, and Chick-fil-A, and taquitos, and winter pork market, whatever. It's a taquitos essentially because it's like $2. And sports bar and Chipotle and Mexican restaurant, of which you drop $25 at, and Publix, which is taquitos in this instance, and taquitos and taquitos and taquitos. Best Buy $742. What? It's a month ago. You better know what the this is. $742.
I'm trying to remember.
How do you not know what you walked into Best Buy and spent $750,000 on?
What was that?
Basically 10% of what you made. Dude,
I'm trying to remember it. I can't remember. I can't remember.
What did you need to buy? Was it a phone? No, because that's finance. Was it a computer?
No.
TV? Bird fees or the scooters and Chick-fil-A, and spending $42 on Bird rides, sending money out via Venmo and taquitos and Steam games. And okay, so Steam games, did you get like a computer part or monitors or something?
No.
Or keyboards?
No.
Oh my gosh. And Jersey mics. So great. We're spending all that on just absolute crap bullshit when we have the IRS to pay off. The IRS. Plus we're losing $100 in interest from the credit card.
Yeah.
What is possibly behind this? Come on, give me something.
It's just convenience store stuff.
Like twice a day.
When I work a lot. So I start work at like 10 a.m. and go out, and I wasn't packing lunch. So it was just like buy Chipotle and Chick-fil-A and whatever, right? So
even those fast food places were relatively less frequent. It's the gas station taquitos over and over again.
Energy drinks,
dude. Okay,
yeah.
If you want that absolute trash in your body, what you do is you go to the grocery store, and you buy massive packs at a what compared to this is a discounted rate.
Right. Yeah.
And you put a little cooler in your trunk because you work out of your car and walking around.
That's actually I actually did that. I saw you say
good
one episode.
Good. I'm glad you watched. You started to do that because this is a disaster.
Yeah.
We can't be doing that. It doesn't make sense. You spend about $200 doing all that crap.
Really?
Yeah, because you go twice a day, and it's a little cheap couple dollars, $200, and then going out to eat, add an extra $100 on it.
So $300.
And then a hotel we spent $200 at. We can't be doing that when we're trying to pay off debt. And Macy's, $129. Everything's adding up, dude.
Yeah.
It's just like
it's a lot. It's too much spending. Yeah.
And it's all bull too. None of it's necessary. It's pack a sandwich. It's have a cooler with drinks.
Yep.
It doesn't make sense.
I do that now. Yep.
Good. Are you still doing this at all?
Probably a little, but it's cut out. I mean, it's significantly decreased. I would say. Yeah. There's definitely not twice a day. It's definitely not twice a day.
Are we down to once a day now?
Maybe once every 2 days. something like that.
You don't need to. Everything needs to be going to debt. It doesn't make sense, dude.
Yeah.
It doesn't make sense. Everything's stupid. Now, this... Okay, let's... so your portion of rent is $750.
Yep.
Then utilities, $200 variable, and same with gas. Whoo, gas. $400?
Oh, yeah.
That's wild.
Yep.
Phone, $250. iPad, there's an iPad attached to it?
Yes.
Kill me. Okay.
Yep.
Car insurance, $70, and groceries, $300. Good. I'm glad you stick to that number. Okay, so you're following that. And the financing stuff, $320.
Yeah.
That's
killer.
Yeah, that sucks. Gold's Gym, $30. I'm good with that. Audible, $16. I'm okay with that. Music. You can listen with some commercials right now. We don't need to be doing that. $3 for YouTube. Are you at
there's a channel I subscribe to.
Oh, I'm sorry. I love them. And thank you to everyone who does, but
yeah.
I mean, $3 still.
Yeah,
we're trying to squeeze everything out of it we can.
Right,
so
right.
that's
It's
gone. Music is gone. Hulu is absolutely gone. That's not even a question. What the
I canceled that.
Good. Your credit card payment's not in here.
I usually, so what I do is May budget, right? So I screenshot this in the middle of the month. So what I'll do is I'll take all of this, I'll paste it over here, and then I will add whatever I need to onto that. So it's just kind of my way of doing
budget,
it. So once it comes out of the bank account, then I cross it off this list.
Okay.
I do that at the start of every month.
Health insurance, you don't have it. Pet insurance, you don't have it. They're on here, and you say upcoming. You need health insurance.
It's crazy. Dude. It's $300, something like that a month.
Yeah, but it will save you hundreds of thousands of dollars if something goes wrong. If you get hit by a car going 40 in a neighborhood.
Yeah, I mean, then I don't know. I've looked into it. Of course, $300 a month is just
it's a lot right now. But I would rather you be safe. Safety comes first, and like safety also includes going to the gym, making sure you're fit. Which me, but it's like it's a part of that. That's why therapy is applicable in these type of situations for everyone, really, but for the vast majority. Okay, so the credit card, student loans are about to repay, so I'm going to add $550 to this budget and $164.13 to the budget of which is the credit cards. Meaning, in order to survive, is $3,965.13 is required for you to survive on a minimum monthly basis, with Hulu cut, with YouTube cut, and with your music subscription cut. Actually, I did not minus 15 for Hulu, so we're at $3,950.13 in order to survive. It's a lot of money. And guess what? Of your incomes that have come in, none of your months hit that except for the 1 month where you did well. And with sales, I did sales before this. Well, then I was product manager, and then I did sales. Or I did sales first, whatever. Either way, I understand sales. There's going to be up and down months. There's going to be months people just don't want to buy solar because it's like, it's cold this month. Why would I buy solar? It doesn't make sense. They're in the stupid mindset of just stupidity, because they just can't picture it. You're going to have good months and you're going to have bad months.
Right.
Because that's just how sales works.
Yeah, summertime.
And not to mention, at your other sales job, you only brought in $40,000 a year.
Yeah.
So it's like
paid better here.
I'm glad this is going better, but does that mean I have confidence in the $9,000 a month? I'll be honest, I don't know.
Yeah, I mean that's fair. You don't have it's only been 1 month, so I can see from your.
It's like if I went crazy based off my best month on YouTube, or like I started making income on YouTube, and then I just based my entire life off of that.
Yeah,
you gotta see what the ebb and flows are, because everything ebb and flows constantly.
So, like what I said in the beginning, like I have pretty good confidence that I'll be making at least $7,000 or $7,000 to $10,000 throughout the summer. So, and it's just because like I've gotten better at what I do. My skills have developed, and then I'm working hard. I'm working 10 hours a day. So
I think in the summer you're going to do well. I think 7 to 10 seems reasonable in the summer. I think winter.
Yeah, that's
you'll
different.
See a psychological drop.
Absolutely.
But what we have to do in that situation?
Hopefully, this is all fixed by December. I mean, it will be.
The debt. I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
But what we need to do in that situation, with everything marked up, the debt is barely. Well, the student loans makes up a big part, but the special finance and the credit cards, in terms of minimum monthly payments, that's not what's driving the vast majority of this. So it's just everything combined because there's so many things that stack up. You need to give yourself you should give yourself an extra $100 for like toilet paper and toothpaste and crap. So I'm gonna add an extra $100 for that, meaning you're at $4,050 because you need to be able to do that. So add that into the budget because you need that stuff. Deodorant's important, all that good stuff. Shampoo.
Yep.
Highly recommend. So, yeah, we're about $4,000 in terms of what you need to survive.
Okay. I mean, the minimum.
Wait 1 second. I'm confirming the math. I think I added extra $1,000 on it.
That might be because.
Yeah, I think. Okay, no, you're at $3,000. Sorry about that.
Yeah, because it's what $2,365.
So with the student loans and then the toilet paper, you're at $3,050. I added an extra number on there.
Too little high. Yeah.
Cents. Yep. Okay, but either way, what I was trying to get to in general with the down months and where you need to survive, let's say $3,000 or whatever, it'll probably be like $2,250 after the minimum monthly payments for debts are gone, something like that. No, $2,200.
Yeah, probably. Yeah.
You need to make sure we have enough money that your overall budget is at that point saved up as well.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
So money needs to be set aside now to subsidize the lower months.
Yes.
I'm not talking about an emergency fund. I'm talking about you're going to count that towards your income, the money that you set aside at some point, because you have to.
Okay. So
let's say it drops to like, what again? We made, say, $4,000, which is better than any month you've done except for this 1 month.
Mm-hmm.
So $4,000, let's say that's what it drops to. Let's say you need $5,000 to hit your 50, 30, 20 after the debts are gone comfortably. Then you need to set enough money aside that you can withdraw from a special savings account whatever is extra that's necessary to hit that.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
So, yeah. Say you make $4,000, but you need $5,000, so you need an extra $1,000 on a monthly basis.
Right.
And we're setting that aside in our good months.
And that obviously goes in the 50, 30, 20 rule, right?
Yeah.
That should
eventually, once the debt's gone. With this, I don't know how to.
So this
I'm
is
going to be conservative.
I listed these in terms of priority, so I'm just going to go down the list.
Yeah,
right?
IRS before the fam.
Okay, all right. Well,
that's how you listed it.
Yeah. I think I did. Yeah, but yeah, student loans are last because they're not asking for it anyway. So
not yet, but they will be here in a second.
Of course.
So honestly, what I would do, what do you have in savings?
1,000.
1,000?
Yep.
Okay. This next month I would put an extra 2 in there because you need 3,000 to survive. So
Extra
if something happens, you're covered for a month.
Okay.
So you can figure it out.
Yeah. So right now I think I have about 4,000 in my checking account. So
4,000?
there's about 4,000.
I'm talking emergency savings on the side. I'm talking emergency savings on the side, not just left in our checking account, because we always want a few thousand in our checking account. That doesn't even count.
Right.
So I'm talking in savings. We save up to $3,000. So do that this month, and then probably also cut the IRS a check, and they're done this month.
Yes.
And that's assuming that your income is fantastic. That's just assuming that your income is fantastic. Then the next month we pay off the parents, and we pay off probably a portion of the special financing.
Yeah, I actually told them to send me a payoff balance because I really would like to get. I know I don't like probably have it immediately, but like I want that gone because it's $320 a month and it's a huge burden on me. So, I plan on cutting these smaller debts out very quickly.
And then month number 3, you're probably paying off the rest of the special financing, then hopefully half the credit card. And then month number 4, paying off the other half of the credit card. I think Verizon, usually, I don't know, I would need to look at your contract. A lot of that stuff is baked in from the front. So it's like if you pay it off, probably paying whatever their extra stuff is anyway. Yeah. So we're probably just doing it until it's done. Look at your contract, see what it is. I know that's how it was when I did it.
You saying you can't pay it off early?
No. So when I was getting, I haven't financed a phone in forever, so I do have some ignorance on this. But when I did a long time ago, it's like whatever their financing fee and everything that's baked into it, it's like, okay, if you go pay it off early, you're still paying whatever that finance fee is. They're just breaking that down on a monthly payment.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I could be wrong. It also could depend on company again. So you need to look at your contract for that because I haven't financed a phone in a very long time.
I'm planning on switching carriers anyway. Verizon's service.
Well, if you do that, see if they can buy you out of the contract and then just save up what's necessary to just get a phone in cash, even if it's a little phone for a little bit.
Yeah, that's fine.
But if the contract is what I think it is, then minimum monthly payments until they're paid off, or just do that other thing if you switch. Now, at this point, we're 5 months in. We have student loans. We have $3,000 saved up. Student loans is what's left, and the phone thing we're figuring out depending on the situation. So what I would do for the student loans, and this is where you and me and your boy Dave disagree, which I love Dave, by the way, but either way, where we disagree just on math, because I think math is the most important thing, because you need to take advantage of compound interest now. You're in your mid-30s. We have nothing saved for retirement?
No.
Oh, yeah. This is a disaster. So we need to start taking advantage. Time's your best friend. He often says, well, your income after you pay off your debt's your best friend.
Right.
Well, what's even more important than that is time, compound growth.
Right.
So what we're doing for the student loans, whatever is sitting at 4%, we're doing minimum monthly payments until they're paid off.
Okay.
But anything above that, especially approaching that 5-6%, that you are just going crazy and you're paying it off.
Okay.
You're paying it off, especially the ones close to 6%. So what I would do for those is the avalanche method.
Yeah.
I would do highest interest rates first, all the way down until you only have the ones that are left at like around 4%.
Okay.
Slightly over is fine. And then those are minimum monthly payments until those are paid off. Once you're at that point where only those 4%-ish interest rate loans for the student loans are sitting there, and the phone thing is whatever, that's where, say 2,200 is necessary to survive. Well, yeah, I mean, that makes sense. Let's save up $12,000 to $15,000 for an emergency fund.
Right.
As quick as you can.
6 months of expenses.
So,
right?
Yeah. And if you're, okay, this is where it gets complicated because we're doing so much on hypothetical income. Hypothetical. You're not salary.
Right.
I mean, I want you to grind, and you can probably do well this summer, but we probably also need to be setting aside $1,000 a month for adding $1,000 a month.
I can do that.
Throughout the next 6 months. Let's say 6 months good, 6 months bad. Hopefully it's not like that. I don't know. But either way, haven't had the track record.
Yeah, that's fair enough. But like, I'm getting good and I work hard.
No, so I believe that. I believe it.
I'm gonna make a pretty good amount of money. I'm fairly confident about that. So
okay, confidence is good.
I can understand how there's not.
I just
a
have
lot
to be
of data
realistic
points,
about it and be conservative about it, because being anything
I can
other
appreciate
than that would be
that.
bad.
Yeah, being a little conservative with everything, so that helps.
So that's why I was talking about some of these debts being paid off a little slower than what it would be look like if you put all the $9,000 towards it, because you're probably putting an extra $1,000 aside on a monthly basis for the slow months. Also, are you setting about 30% aside for taxes?
Yeah.
Are you?
No, but
you start doing that.
Yeah.
That's.
I understand that. Yeah, I'm throwing everything I have at debt. So, and
yeah,
I know you probably think I'm spending it on energy drinks, but
I mean, highlighter doesn't lie, but either way, you need to start doing that immediately.
Yes.
Did you do that for the 9,000 past that you made?
No.
So you need to make up for that this next check.
Okay.
So 60% of the next check is set aside, which sucks because you're not going to make any progress on
That's
debt
fine.
at that point.
No,
but for a month, because you don't want it to turn into future debt, and the IRS is not someone to
of course.
So,
yeah.
We're doing that, so that takes away from it. We're also taking away $1,000 to save for the future. So, we're really starting to dwindle away this nice paycheck, even if it's $9,000 every single time.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why I'm calculating it's going to take a little longer than you probably think to pay this off, because we're going to be smart about it and not get ourselves into a stupid situation where we first to get more debt anyway. Let's say half the student loans, subsidize. For student loans, of the $50,000, let's say $30,000 are the ones that we want to pay off. If you're able to put, $3,000, $4,000, let's say $4,000, because I'm just going to be optimistic with you. $4,000 you can put towards it on a monthly basis. That's still going to take 7.5 months. So we're at a full year before we start saving. No, we're like at a year and a quarter maybe before we start saving an emergency fund. Then you want to do the emergency fund. That's probably going to take an extra quarter. So a year and a half.
Okay.
In the incredible situation of you're just doing great, of which we only have 1 month. So you're doing great, and it's a year and a half. If you're not, maybe it's like a 3-year process. But either way, you can do it.
Yeah.
Because you have the control to grind behind in the sales position, and you can go find a better sales position if you ever need to, if this one starts to not be working out.
Right.
So I think it's going to take 1.5 to 3 years. You've obviously shown that you're starting to cut back on things, so I'm not super concerned with that aspect. Usually I have to dig in, make sure people know they have to cut back on everything.
Right.
Your main concern is the income situation. So if it's good, 1.5. If it struggles, 3 years, 4 years, maybe. But what you need to do when you have the fully funded emergency fund and you're still doing the minimum monthly payments on student loans that are 4% or less, you're far behind. 50, 30, 20. Sure, 50% can go to needs. 30% is going to investing. 20% is going to wants.
Awesome.
It might be 35%.
I'm okay with that.
Start doing some compound growth math, just using a compound calculator, and do 8% for the market.
Okay.
And figure out what you need to hit a number that you're comfortable with, and then take 3% off for 3 to 4% off for inflation as well, to see what it would be like in today's money.
See, this is one of the reasons I wanted to reach out to you, because like, I don't know, like, do I go with an IRA? Do I go with a Roth?
You might, well, if the income's as good as you think it might be, you might have to do a backdoor Roth anyway, but yes, you'll want to do that for sure.
Okay.
And then you can just do a brokerage. If you set up like are you a contractor? Are you?
Yes. 1099.
I mean, you could take advantage of some self-employment options out there. Oh, I'm trying to figure it out, because you're a contractor for a company. If you form your own, well, we can loop back to that when that happens. But you're for sure doing at least a backdoor Roth IRA, and then if your income's not as good, Roth IRA. Okay. And then whether or not you have like a self-employed like 401k thing set up, or like you're an LLC connected to your LLC in a way like similar to what I do, then if you don't have that, then just brokerage.
Okay.
Brokerage.
Okay.
And I won't tell you what to invest in. I'll just say for myself, I do low-cost index funds. There's also target retirement funds, which are good as well, which starts off more aggressive and then weans to more conservative as it gets closer to that retirement date. Those are fine too, for myself.
Gotcha. Nice.
So, yeah.
And also, so one of the big things I wanted to ask you was, so I was in the military for 5 years. I was in the Army, so I have a VA loan.
Yeah, for home.
Right.
Yeah.
So I was thinking at the end, I didn't know, because the student loan payments are going to start up.
That's a lot of student loans to pay off too.
Right. Yeah. But you can write off the interest that you pay, right, on your taxes.
Depends on your income.
Right. Yes.
I think your income is going to be to a point where you can't write off the interest on your student loans.
I did not know that. That's good to know. Yeah.
I wasn't able to write off the income for my student loans once I got my sales position, because I did pretty well in sales.
Okay. So should I be, because I wanted to buy, if I fix all of this, I want to be able to get a house.
I want you to get a house too. What our main concern is obviously getting out of the debts, and then I need you to do 30% towards investing, because you can have a house all day, but if you don't have any money to supplement what you need to survive outside of that, eventually, then there's no point. So we're definitely saving up for retirement 30%. Now, what you could do is try to get your needs to like 40%, cut your wants to 10%, then you can save up a total of 20% in a separate savings to, well, if you VA home, payment, well, it's hard. I'd still want you to put money down. My fear is getting a home, nothing down, everything. Take advantage of the good situation, fine. Minimum monthly payments.
Yeah, exactly.
Is what starts to make me nervous, especially with
because it'll raise your payment up, and then you're getting a smaller or worse house.
And your income is very fluctuating depending on things. So when you do, make sure you either take advantage of that loan on a house that you can afford, or you're also putting money down and on a house you can afford at a more expensive cost. But either way, you're just gonna have to figure that out as that comes. What's
the what should I be looking at for a mortgage payment?
I don't know, dude, because first of all, you're probably not going to do it for like 2-3 years in the best case scenario. Okay. So we need to see what income is at that point, what the job situation looks like. What does solar look like at that point? Are you still even in that same position? If you are, is it going as well as you think it is? So there's so many variables at that point. Okay. So many variables. Don't be afraid of a starter home. One of my friends is afraid of a starter home here. Don't be afraid of a starter home. 20 years out of date is okay. 30 years out of date is okay. Do some small fix-ups. That's okay for a first home. You don't need to get into a perfect home.
Right.
Not saying you're saying that, but I know a lot of people are crushed when they can't get their dream home as their first home.
Yeah, I'm not worried about that.
My first home was incredibly out of date.
Really?
And that's okay. Yeah. I mean, even this place is still out of date. Yeah. So, yeah.
Cool.
That's where the home purchase comes in. I wouldn't think about it right now.
Okay.
We're getting to the point where you can start setting money aside, but you're not even 50, 30, 20 right now anyway. You're just trying to pay off the debts.
Yep.
And the student loan's not great. Credit card, very bad. I will say this. I think there's a hopeful thing here that we're all feeling. I think people in the audience are as well. I don't want to be the Debbie Downer. With where the debt is at the almost $7,000 of credit cards, owing parents, owing the IRS, not setting money aside yet in taxes, and where the student loans are as well, and the special finance, if this income is not what was last month and it comes down to $5,000, $4,000, we start getting into a tricky situation where this starts to get paid off. And that's where I'm a little nervous. So prove us wrong. Absolutely. Grind your off and go crazy. Make $10,000, $15,000 a month.
Yeah.
Do it.
I have nothing else to do.
But I am nervous of that because sales can ebb and flow.
Well, I am too, but it's not worth thinking about, getting.
Sure.
Yeah. I mean, you want to.
You don't want to be in your own head, but
yeah.
Also, but from just sitting on this side of the table, just saying, okay, everything's going to be perfect. I don't know. So just keep in mind, do side hustles if you have to, but there is certainly a path out of this and a path towards you being a homeowner in your late 30s, early 40s, and being a millionaire by the time you retire. But
yeah,
things need to continue well in order to do that, and that's your biggest variable right now.
Yeah. So what would you say is the number one thing? Is it stop spending so much, but is
yeah, well, you can't spend so much. I mean, that's something you just have to take control of. But the biggest variable right now is the income. What's it going to be?
Yeah, right, right.
You can sell your ass off, but if people just start, for some reason, subsidies go away from solar for whatever reason, I don't know. I think
that could happen, but it's not going to anytime soon.
Maybe. I don't know. We could have someone come in the state administrations and federal administrations who just want to move away from solar.
Sure.
For whatever reason. I don't know why it might be. I don't want to get political, but anything can happen in the political level that is beyond our control. And if that happens, people are less inclined to do solar.
Yep.
Because it still, impacts their wallet. The wallet is going to be what wins at the end of the day.
Right.
If they can get comparable rates to just whatever the local energy companies are, then financing or doing a massive purchase of solar, something of which you have to eventually replace, something of which is a pain in the ass when you have to get your roof done, then, there's a lot of variables. I'm not saying that's going to happen. Just that's the biggest variable. You asked what the biggest variable is. That's what it is. Is the income.
Yeah. So income.
The better you can control it, the better you'll be able to control the whole situation. Yep.
Well, I mean I plan on making when I started the year. When I started out this year, my plan was okay, well I'm going to make $100,000 this year, the first $100K. So, and it took a slow start. I knew it was going to be slow, but I wanted to focus on one thing and get good at one thing and not be so spread out, right? With random business over here and doing roofing over here. I wanted to just focus on one thing and get really good at it so that I could start generating the most amount of money I could. So, and it's getting better and better every week, every month. So,
any final thoughts?
I think that's everything. We talked about the house, and then we talked about retirements. That was a big question I had. What should I do about an LLC? Should I form an LLC?
It's an easy way to manage your business expenses if you have an AMSTER. Some of the stuff you can write off. It's used as a pass-through essentially. But I think what's best in those situations is, especially now you are your own business more than ever before, get a dedicated tax person.
Okay.
And they're going to help
CPA.
you with that. Yeah.
Yeah. Cool.
That's what's going to be best.
Sounds good.
For Michael, again, I don't want to be a broken record, but it just all depends on the income and then the discipline around his spending when it comes to that income that's coming in. For his Hammer financial score for right now, his spending, especially according to all the income we've seen except for that 1 month, it's pretty bad. It's also not the worst we've seen, 3 out of 10. Debt, very bad. Owing personal people and roommates and IRS, come on, 0 out of 10. Retirement, there's nothing, 0 out of 10. Emergency fund, he did get to $1,000, but obviously that's far from the full $15,000 we'd want to see, 2 out of 10. Real estate, not even a part of the conversation yet, but I think it will be in 5 to 10 years, 0 out of 10. Right now, Hammer financial score aggregate 1 out of 10. If you want a free $5, sign up for Acorns using the link in the description below. If you sign up using my link, you get a free $5, I get a free $5, and we all win. Don't forget to follow my Instagram and Twitter. Thanks.